Hey guys, and welcome. Yes, it's me, Rubber Duck of War in my demon form, as you can see on the screen. Hope you guys are all good today. We're doing a bit of deja vu. I just cast a Grand Cathay versus Tzeentch land battle, and we're doing the exact same thing again today because it is such a good game. So let's delve into this. And if you guys enjoy this video by the end and want to see me continue to do glorious Warhammer free stuff into the future, just let me know in the comment section and by dropping a little thumbs up on the video that you would like to see more Warhammer free stuff into the future. But anyway, let's delve into this. We have Blue Horrors of Tzeentch and Forsaken making up the main battle line. Very traditional, expected stuff from Tzeentch. This is 9 times out of 10 how they're going to go. The Forsaken in the front, Blue Horrors on the flank and backing them up. And I believe we actually have triple Flamers today. My last video really highlighted them as a devastating flankers. Looks like we're going to be seeing them in a secondary battle line formation today instead. Loads of Furies up in the sky as well. Triple Chaos Furies to really dominate the air game, alongside an Exalted Lord of Change with Tzeentch magic, coming with pink and a blue Tzeentch fire. For the forces of Grand Cathay, a rather lovely looking formation, some really good geometry. I believe this is Lenorm on the Tzeentch and Papa Palpatine with Cathay. This is in a tournament we're actually hosting in DBDR Clan, like an internal tournament where you play one domination game and one land battle against each other. Been a lot of fun so far. I need to get some of my games in. I've been a little bit slow getting them in, but you'll be probably seeing a lot more tournament action on the channel in the coming days. Load of Jade Warriors and Peasant Longspearmen. Peasant Longspearmen making up the main battle line, Jade Warriors the flanks, and Halberds the rear. A couple of Peasant Horsemen. We have a Fire Rain Rocket, which is an interesting choice. Great Longmire Riders, double Iron Hail Gunners, and a load of Peasant Archers with, of course, the Dragon-Blooded Lord of Yin magic, as is usual. Now, the Furies have gone for the old Leroy Jenkins style of approach and just yeeted forwards. It has not gone well for this one unit who is probably going to get torn to shreds almost before they get any value. Iron Hail Gunners have now been jumped. Iron Hail Gunners very good at taking down flyers in general. Now, Flamers are lighting up the front line. The Peasant Longspearmen are getting ready to brace and hold. Give them no ground, brave warriors of Grand Cathay. Although the Forsaken will certainly have something to say about that. It's a brutal fight along the front line here. We also have devastating spells coming in from both players, but also that Holy Warp Fire raining shots down. We can see the Dragon-Blooded Lord is getting sniped out here by the pesky Exalted Lord of Change. He's also doing that lovely pink fire. Look at the damage on the Peasant Archers. They're such a cost-effective unit. Now, the back line's looking relatively secure. The second unit of Chaos Furies has just about been forced off here. We still have the Fire Rain Rockets and the Iron Hail Gunners who can unleash hell upon the enemy. Flamers still doing some nice damage. You can see Blue Horrors have managed to whip up and around the flank. They were slowed by an overcast storm of shadows, which is hopefully going to allow the Jade Warriors to hold the line a little bit longer. In the back, the Great Longmire Riders are darting down, bobbing, weaving, dodging, trying to shut down the Blue Horrors, but the Flamers are dogging their footsteps right now, doing some lovely cover fire there. So it looks like they were able to secure the defeat of this unit of Blue Horrors. The backline is still secure for Grand Cathay. We actually have one unit of Crane Gunners. I don't think I mentioned at the start in the midst of a battle. Iron Hail Gunners are being beat up by a summoned unit of Chaos Furies, and that's the problem with going up against Tzeentch as Grand Cathay is, you can bring a lot of good, decent range tools to deal with Tzeentch. However, they have an unlimited supply of Furies and fast mobile units who can really punish your backline units like that. Looks like the Dragon-Blooded Lord is once again being sniped. We see an attempted juke here, and it looks like it was relatively well dodged. About half the missiles hit there. Iron Hail Gunners can unleash hell once more, and Jade Warrior Halberds are moving in to engage the Flamers in glorious hand-to-hand combat. And you see the Flamers pull back here, and the Blue Horrors pop up. They just need to switch positions, but it's a very messy back line. Jade Warriors are being set on fire, and now we can see the Crane Gunners likewise are being overwhelmed. Iron Hail Gunners done a decent job in the back so far. Somehow, in the midst of all this carnage, the Grand Cathay player has kept the Fire Rain Rocket online, which is absurd with the amount of just Tzeentch forces all over the place. So really love that play by them. Blue Horrors have well and truly dominated this flank. It looks like the Halberdiers are being pushed back, and there's just more Blue Horrors being moved in. However, it's not all going Tzeentch's way. The Great Longmire Riders have done a pretty damn solid job so far, bounding around the battlefield in some really solid cycle charging, and the Iron Hail Gunners, if they can consistently fire, they will rip this giant chicken to pieces. Dragon-Blooded Lord is once again going to be fleeing. One unit of Iron Hail Gunners have been dealt with and decapitated, sadly for them. Peasant Horsemen pushing in onto the Forsaken might have enough there to overwhelm them, particularly the support of more Peasant Longspearmen coming in. The other unit as well can move on. The poor Dragon-Blooded Lord has just been sniped all day long and is not having a great day. We do get a Storm of Shadows go down on the Exalted Lord of Change, hopefully allowing this brave lady to escape. It looks like we have a unit of peasant horsemen just vibing over here in the fields. Definitely need to see those guys come back into action, maybe jump onto these blue horrors, get a rear charge on them, because the balance of power is now starting to swoop in favor of Tzeentch. These great long mars, though, are a great asset to Grand Cathay and a big old pain in the butt for Tzeentch right now. They are coming in for a big, juicy engagement, trying to support their Jade Warriors, drive back the Exiled Lord of Change, and devastate the Forsaken on the ground. A big problem for Grand Cathay is how healthy this Exiled Lord of Change is. Taking an overarching view of the battlefield, Grand Cathay probably looking a bit stronger in the ground game. Got a healthy unit of blue horrors here. They're going to start getting picked apart by peasant horsemen. But yeah, there's really not that many Tzeentch forces left on the battlefield whatsoever. But the fact this Lord is so healthy and the amount of routing it can do in the late game with cycle charging, I think Tzeentch are in a thriving siege right about now. Grand Blood Lord is still somehow alive and active, survived a very long time here. Great Longmar Riders will be hunting and harassing the Exalted Lord of Change, trying to drag down the beast. We've got some support fire, though. Anti-air guns. This is the fantasy version of anti-air, just launching balls of magical puke and poison at your opponent, and launching those shots up at the Great Longmar Riders with a summoned unit of Chaos Furies, who the Longmars do traditionally beat, but they're so beat up at this point, plus the ground fire. I think Tzeentch are going to have to finish off those great Longmars, which were the biggest threat to their army in the latter stages of the battle here. Peasant Longsword still doing a decent job, though, and Triple Jade Warriors are carving a bloody path through the Forsaken and Blue Horrors. Likewise, we have Archer support coming in. Unfortunately, the Dragonblade Lord has indeed been just too much beatings, and they've been driven off from the battlefield. How about it is, 87 of them. We have Iron Hell Gunners come back. A decent pocket of resistance from Grand Cathay still stands, despite what balance power is saying, but I suppose that is mainly due to the might of their lord right now. And How about it is should be able to sandwich these Blue Horrors. With the support of the Iron Hell Gunners, will most likely drag them down. There's also this big pocket of strength in the middle, and it looks like archers are shooting some shots in as well, though Chaos Furies will be finishing them off relatively swiftly here. Jade Warriors, fight! Fight on in the name of the Dragon Empire! There is nothing that can stop you, and by nothing that I can stop you, I was completely forgetting about this giant devastating spell, which is going to come down with the faction abilities for Tzeentch. So devastating. I've seen Lenormand pull this off 5 or 6 times, I'm not even kidding, in late games, where he just crushes the opponent by saving up for that ability. It does enough damage there to break the hearts of Grand Cathay, who were probably spent there just due to how healthy the Exalted Lord was. It was going to be quite a nasty pickle to take down, and he did a decent job all day, about 2,000 value on him. Certainly doing better than the Dragonblade Lord, who got 0 value, 0 kills, and 0 damage dealt, but was relatively solid, of course, with the support spells where they were needed. I like the Iron Hell Gunner play as well, despite them not getting the best value here. I don't mind having them back whatsoever. They're a pretty fun unit. Also cool to see the Fire Rain Rocket in action, as it is rarely a weapon that we see often brought. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more glorious content into the future. Let me know down below in the comments if you'd like to continue to see more Warhammer 3 content into the future, and check out the description for links to Patreon, where you can support the channel, as well as Discord, where you can support the channel by getting involved in events I host, which we've not been doing that much recently. I'm still recovering from surgery, so yeah, live streams have been a bit dead, unfortunately. But I'm looking to do more events in the, I think I should be recovering in about a month's time, hopefully. And yeah, so make sure to tune in there and check it out. So, well played to Lenormand, well played to the mighty Papa Palpatine as well. Good to see him in action. And yeah, 2k value on the Big Bird is not shown whatsoever. 680, 100, and 300 value on the Flamers is quite poor, unfortunately. But the Forsaken are just such a solid unit. 1.3k value, 478, 925, 696, just really good work. And Furies coming out of every orifice is a little bit scary indeed. So very well played. I like the build quite a bit. The forces of Grand Cathay. I've got to take notes, actually, because I'm playing both these players in this tournament, so I need to memorize these builds and try to counter them. The Great Long Mars, 1.3k, did a good job. 380 on the Fire Rain Rocket, 700 on the Crane Gunners, and yeah, decent across the board. Jade Warriors pop a pretty decent resistance. They really did love the bump and grind. The Peasant Long, I always want to call them Peasant Long Archers, even though it doesn't make any sense. But the Peasant Archers did a pretty significant amount of damage as well. So yeah, certainly not too shabby whatsoever. The dreaded Cathay 20 stack. Till next time, guys, peace, peace. And as always, stay awesome.